But the coin that I added to the portfolio today is called vEmpire.
And they are the largest decentralized metaverse investment organization in the world.
Hello, everybody, and what a lovely day it is. Let you kick off, and I'll do some button tapping in the background. You know what comes after Roby and Qcoin? When Binance. Hello, everybody. We've had quite a strange day today. Had a rescheduling / miscommunication, so we don't actually have a guest. So we're inviting the team on. Lucky you. We've moved everything around. So I think next week we'll be having another guest back. So we've got some amazing C-level staff for you, but from vEmpire. So we'll bring those out now and just have a little chat about our new white paper. Oh, there's Mike. There's Estefano. Here's Peter. Oh, look at that. Everybody's here. Oh.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
Anxiety about the fact that we have two black spaces at the bottom. Where's Jack when you need him? Oh, it just expanded. There you go. That's definitely Harvey, isn't it? Yeah, I can tell. He's definitely playing around with the... No, unfortunately, not. Where's our sixth person? Oh, we should have brought Liam on. We've got a new team member. You'll be very excited to hear. He'll get an outing soon, maybe.
Yeah, next... when's our next town hall? Is it... Well...
It's supposed to be tomorrow.
Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, it'll be next Thursday.
Yeah, but bank holiday.
So it was supposed to be this Thursday, but since it's a bank holiday, obviously we're doing it today. The next town hall will be on the 16th.
The Queen's more important than the Empire.
Do you reckon the Queen owns any crypto or any of the royal family?
I'm sure that they have some of their family office or some of their royal money in it.
All over Bitcoin, probably.
I recently read a report that the Queen was the most powerful entity in the world. Maybe after BlackRock.
Powerful entity.
I'm losing the entity for very loose.
Or you mean HRH, sort of the estate of the royal family?
Exactly. Yeah.
True. Generally, anyone that mixes with Epstein is very powerful. So, all the royal family, actually, probably in that in that ballpark, definitely get kicked off of YouTube now.
I would say the royal family in, I think, is it Middle East? They're probably pretty powerful as well.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's not get sidetracked into too much sweet talk. Let's talk about the new and updated white paper.
Getting told off by Peter. He's got some relations in there to the sort of Dubai princess. doesn't want us to go into it.
Unfortunately, princess, not princess.
Why have Tom and Estefano got vEmpire in their names and we don't?
Because you typed your own name.
You have the option to type it in there. I'm just obviously trying to push it, and you're not
being lazy. I'm just being lazy, clearly.
All right, wait, we're going to get told off again by Peter. All right, who's going to share the white paper?
I'm going to try to.
Oh, look, Harvey's joined the vEmpire crew. Changing the name.
The problem is I need to get rid of quite a few tabs. I don't want to reveal anything we're currently working on to the whole community.
Yeah. Yeah, we know that trick.
Can I maybe share?
Yeah, if you got it up, mate.
Actually, I've got a few tabs as well. Let's take.
Right. Who isn't watching porn who can share their screen? Nobody.
Definitely not Mike.
I'm actually trying to find the update white paper. It's in the... Yes, okay. Let me just share the screen real quick. Let me close all the unnecessary tabs.
Whoa.
Okay. And share, right? Working
You need to remember
share
that this
screen?
isn't a normal like Zoom call, so I can't like be myself.
Okay. So vEmpire white paper version 2. All right.
I can't actually see anything. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to.
There should be a shared screen, I see. Can someone check?
Do you have permission to share the screen?
I'm going to check on YouTube to see if it's.
Please do.
See if it's.
Please do.
No, it's not on YouTube either.
This is going well.
I think I might be able to because I'm admin. Here we go.
There we go.
There you go.
Is it working?
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're live.
Yeah. What's that? What's that? Pornhub? No, I'm joking.
I didn't know they had an app.
Right. So the white paper. What's new about it?
Who's that question for?
You Dom.
Oh, well, it's a V2. Unfortunately, they ruined it and put pictures on it. God, I know. I wanted to. I was always of the opinion that you just need to make it as complicated as possible to bamboozle everybody. But we've actually made it presentable. We can thank Harvey for that. So we wanted to update it based on when I first wrote the white paper, it was completely the metaverse was sort of completely Decentraland focused because it was the only metaverse open, the only one that you could actually step into that wasn't just a concept, even though it is really still conceptual because it is just open world. There's no real gamification features. But as the metaverse progressed and when Facebook rebranded, obviously it became very mainstream. We, even before launch, had decided to, rather than launch with just the one mana staking pool, we added Starlink, AXS, ETH. So we wanted our white paper to reflect all of the changes and the expansion of the protocol itself. So we have redone everything. We've made it as accurate as possible up until sort of the date. We'll continue updating over time. It's likely that we'll sort of edit as we go. We won't necessarily do a V3, V4, but as and when new pools come up. But we're really trying to break down and simplify the exact overall strategy and sort of separate the investment side from the DAO and sort of bring it more community focused with the token and bring sort of our investment management experience separated out.
Very well said. Now, can we talk about a little bit more on the ecosystem that we have created so far, how it is shaping up to be fully self-sustainable in terms of the staking strategies, in terms of the play-to-earn games, the NFTs that we have, and perhaps we can also continue with what we have built so far on the different metaverses in the Sandbox and Decentraland.
Oh, and by the way, if anyone has any questions throughout this session, then please feel free to send them across.
Usually it's you and Harvey in the comments adding all the questions in, going in our ecosystem of solutions. I'm not sure how much and whether it's towards the back end of this document or whether we're supposed to be saving the information for another time or a town hall, but we'll stick it out now anyway. We are looking to, like I say, separate and iron out the different functions, because we are aware that the metaverse is a new concept. Metaverse and staking is itself a new concept, yield aggregation, etc. There's many facets to vEmpire as a protocol. It's not the case where we are adding things just for the sake of it. They all do tie into each other. They are there to make sure that one area complements another. However, we do also want to make sure that somebody can come to the protocol and instantly be aware of what we do, why we do it, and why it can benefit them. So that's where we're looking to separate out vEmpire as an investment manager and also the DAO. So the aim is to eventually have much more engagement on the voting side. So that will be adding new pools. That will be, for example, an upcoming vote that we're going to do is we're looking at launching a stablecoin pool, and we want to hear which chain and which token, whether it's USDT on ETH, USDT on BSC, BUSD, USDC on either chain, etc. So we want to give the community much more say, whilst giving ourselves the discretion to trade more freely. For example, there's been no real clarity between should we or shouldn't we. For example, let's say that we believe the market is going to crash. If we believe it's going to crash, then do we have freedom, for example, to swap our mana for Tether, or do we need to let the community know first? So we want to make sure that we're able to move flexibly and make sure that we're doing everything to protect and enhance returns, rather than sort of umming and ahhing over what is the best route to go down.
Effectively, effectively, what we want to do with you guys is have more votes in the DDAO based on the decisions that we to make in the future, and vEmpire as the current positioned. What did you call it? What was the exact term? Not guardian. What was the name for vEmpire as a person that drives the protocol now before it becomes sustainable?
Investor? Are you looking for that word? Investment management, asset manager?
Yeah, exactly. As a manager for the DAO.
Portfolio manager.
Yeah. So vEmpire, that's what we do now, and we want you, the community, because effectively we're a democratic organization, and you're the ones who should choose the manager for your investments on a yearly basis. We want to put things up for vote more often. The first thing that we'll put up tomorrow is going to be the staking pool for stable coins, and we want you to receive your opinions on how that stablecoin pool should be managed as well.
We want to make sure that the game is getting due attention. We want to make sure that the NFTs, we still have plenty of those to release on the trading card side. I think one of the main challenges that we have with the game at present, I mean, I just saw news actually in another group chat I'm in about game fee being like 98% less active than it was back in November last year. Obviously, that was the peak of the Metaverse bull run, so it's not really that good an indicator, because if anyone remembers what Decentraland was like back then, it had like 5,000 journalists all jumping into it to look around, when 2 weeks before that, it had about 5 people in it. So it's not really that good a measure, because that's a particularly active time. But since there is a drop off in overall activity within sort of gaming, crypto gaming in particular, we want to make sure that we are re-engaging and sort of reinvigorating. So again, it all comes into splitting and ironing out and making it clear to ourselves and also you as the community as to what areas fall under which jurisdiction, so to say.
Yeah, so our plan is to get the game, for example, to get it to a point where we have a ton of users, and then once we've gotten to that point, we'll sort of give the responsibility to our community to vote on and that sort of thing. So yeah, I think at the moment, just going on what Dom said, a lot of Metaverse projects are struggling with users, and I'm not sure if it's because the market obviously is not doing well, or it's not been doing well the last couple of days, and maybe some of the games or some of the metaverses around are not. They're like profit driven, not sort of like fun driven. If you see what I mean. So yeah.
I think one of the reasons why the metaverse is losing customers and players is because the metaverse are one of the most riskiest assets when you zoom out and you want to take a look at the big picture. The riskier than Ethereum, the riskier than Bitcoin. And with all the uncertainty that's around the current market state, it's just people are taking off their risk on assets, especially the metaverse tokens, and just putting them either in the dollar or now a bit more in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Cardano also very interestingly pumped with 25%.
Power of Christ compels you. Don't mention that on this stream.
I'm sorry. But yeah, so now what we want to expect from the general metaverse is to see sort of developments of gaming and communities altogether. Recently, we had a lot of demos about Big Time and I think Illuvium as well has some really amazing gameplay released. So I think without a doubt, once the open access comes into play, word of mouth will start to take up, and we're about to see a lot more people returning to the metaverse.
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited to. How long is it? Is it Starl that's got a bit to its released? Is it 5 years? Was it or?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Starlink.
Probably do Q1 next year, I reckon.
Yeah, I think they did have their launch party the other day, a couple of weeks back. I think, yeah, Sandbox we're hoping for soon. Well,
when Sandbox?
When Sandbox. But yeah, essentially, it's just you're always waiting for a spark, really. Just like the, Facebook rebranding, that just absolutely lit a fire under every single metaverse project. Nobody is giving up on the metaverse. There is only expansion into it. It's just a case of the right headline. That's all it takes. Axie Infinity sparked a gaming bull run, then Meta sparked Metaverse bull run, and then you had other things that sparked DeFi Summer, for example. There's always a catalyst. It's just about which sector and when.
Yeah, I think Metaverse is here to stay because when you think about it, we're already in the Metaverse. Metaverse is just a gateway to a digital space. And when you speak about the metaverse, it combines digital ownership with entertainment. We already have all the digital space in the phones right now, in the computers. And it's just about time that it's going to take a little bit of time for the digital ownership part to be able to be integrated into the current infrastructure of the digital web. But it's inevitable. And once it happens, we're going to be very happy that we have been here first.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm seeing a few fashion brands starting to get into the metaverse. I think Decentraland is actually doing a collaboration with, I can't remember which brand it was, but they want to, they want to explore the metaverse, which is good. So there's more attention coming to it.
It's all Gucci.
Yeah, actually, let me tell it to the community, because I was at an event in Dubai called MetaCon, and it's specifically about the metaverse. I shared a video on my Twitter, and what we are seeing is the birth of metaverse esports. We had Axie battles between the different teams. Although, to be fair, Axie battles aren't really entertaining. They're as boring as watching JPEGs move on a screen. But it's a start. We had Gala Games had their own tournament for spider tanks, and you could see that it's like a seed being planted and slowly starting to grow. But eventually, I think this is going to become really, really great and an exciting industry, to say the
You
least.
love spider tanks.
Well, they're the best we have.
That's always the greatest reason. Greatest reason to love something. It's always best of the bad situation.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I see so much, so many exciting trailers, and yeah, I am hoping one of these days. In fact, actually, Arcade Land, who we announced a partnership with soon. When I had a call with the guy, he was playing, he was walking around his metaverse, and that was pretty nuts, to be honest. I haven't seen sort of quality like that for a long, long time, especially when, Sandbox can struggle to sort of put out, the more blocky stuff, in a wider area. But this one was bright flashing lights. It was like a Uber casino. So yeah, there's definitely more and more stuff coming down the pipeline. But for those who do want to take a look, our latest and updated white paper version 2 is now on the site. It's a long document, but it's not as wordy as the previous. So it's a lot more broken up. It's a lot sort of more free flowing. And definitely worth taking a look at, just to make sure that you're fully aware of the roadmap going forward, exactly how we're planning on breaking down what we do in the future. And yeah, stay tuned. We're going to have a non-improv full town hall next week, where we can run over everything in more detail, and we should have that stablecoin vote out soon as well.
Yeah, cool.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for staying with us. If you have anything regarding any questions regarding the white paper, just message us in the chat. We are onboarding more and more community members every day, and we'll be happy to share the knowledge, happy to share the experience, and thank you for being on this journey with us. At the end of the day, we wouldn't be here without you. So, cheers, and
thank you very much.
Let's go.
talk to you soon.
See ya. Hello.